Think about something you use every single day. You earn it, you spend it, you save it. We're talking about the Indian Rupee. But have you ever really stopped to think about what it is? About the system that makes it all work?
I mean, seriously, who invented it? Was it some brilliant person in a lab? A committee? A king?
And what about the name itself, rupee? It's a word we use constantly, but where did it even come from? What does it actually mean?
And maybe the biggest question of all, how do we get from these heavy, physical chunks of silver to just tapping our phones? From actual atoms to invisible bits of data?
Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on all of it. We're going to decode the incredible 500-year-old system behind one of India's most important inventions. All right, so our story starts way back in the 16th century. And to understand why the rupee was invented, you have to understand the problem it was meant to solve. And that problem, in one word, was chaos. The whole world of money was a complete mess.
You see, for centuries, going all the way back to the 6th century BCE, this is what money looked like. Irregular, punch-marked coins. There was no standard weight, no guaranteed purity. Imagine trying to run a business. With no central control, trade was just inefficient and confusing.
And then, in the 1540s, a ruler named Sher Shah Suri steps onto the scene and basically hits the reset button. He replaced all that chaos with a single, standardized system. He introduced a silver coin, the rupiya, and every single one had to weigh a standard 11.5 grams. This was a total game changer.
And that name, rupiya, it wasn't just pulled out of thin air. It comes directly from the Sanskrit word rupiya, which literally just means silver coin. How simple is that? The name of the money was simply what it was made of. Brilliant.
So, Suri laid this incredible foundation, but the next step was even more important, building an empire's worth of trust on top of it. And that all comes down to one key ingredient: consistency.
When the Mughal Empire came to power, they saw the genius in Suri's system. They didn't reinvent the wheel, they just perfected it. They adopted the silver rupiya, kept the weight and purity incredibly consistent, and because people knew exactly what they were getting, the rupee became the most trusted currency for trade across the entire subcontinent.
Okay, let's jump forward in time to 1835. The British East India Company is now the dominant power, and they kick off the next major phase, formalization. They started minting coins with the same designs and weights across all their territories, solidifying the rupee's role even more.
But this system had a huge vulnerability. The rupee's value was tied directly to the price of silver. So what do you think happens when the global price of silver suddenly crashes, which it did in the late 19th century? Your entire economy is suddenly in crisis.
This crisis forced a massive shift in thinking about what money even is. It was time for a huge leap of faith, moving away from money backed by a physical metal to money backed by something much more abstract, a promise.
And this is the moment the modern system is really born. In 1935, the Reserve Bank of India, the RBI, was created. This was huge. For the first time, one single institution was in charge of all the currency and monetary policy for the entire country.
The RBI brought in the age of fiat currency. Now, this is a super important idea. Fiat money has no value in and of itself. It's not made of gold or silver. Its value comes completely from the trust we all have in the government that issues it. It's money simply because the government says it is. And this just shows that shift so clearly. The rupee in your pocket isn't backed by shiny metals in a vault anymore. It's backed by the full authority of the government and the collective trust we all put in the economy. And you know what's cool? You can literally see this promise. Just pick up any banknote and you'll find this exact phrase signed by the RBI governor. That little sentence is the tangible proof of that abstract government promise we were just talking about. Now, after independence in 1947, the rupee obviously got a redesign to reflect its new national identity. The British monarch was out, the Ashoka pillar was in. But the really crucial system upgrade came in 1957 with decimalization. The old, kind of confusing system of 16 annas to a rupee was replaced with a simple 100 paise. It just made everything so much easier.
But the rupee's evolution didn't stop with paper. I mean, in our own lifetime, it's made the next great leap, from the world of physical atoms to the world of digital bits.
In 2010, the rupee got its own unique symbol, giving it a proper identity on the global stage. And the design is just so clever. It blends the Devanagari Ra with the Roman R, and those parallel lines, they evoke the Indian flag and signal stability.
It's a masterpiece of design.
So this timeline just puts it all together, doesn't it? You can see this amazing series of system upgrades over 500 years. From standardization to formalization to the birth of the RBI, going decimal, getting a global symbol, and now we're in the middle of the next one, going fully digital.
And today, the rupee exists in all these different forms at once. You've got physical cash, of course, but most of it is just digital numbers and bank deposits. Then you have payment systems like UPI built on top. And now we're even testing a central bank digital currency, a future form of digital cash straight from the RBI itself.
And that's the key thing to remember. A currency is never finished. It always has to evolve. As trade gets more complex and technology opens up new possibilities, the very system we use to trust each other with value, well, it has to adapt.
And really, that's the ultimate takeaway. The rupee isn't just a piece of paper or a number on a screen. It's a technology. It's a 500-year-old, constantly evolving system that's built on one thing, our collective trust. It's a system we all participate in and improve every single day.